Morning everybody, we've just left the house. We're starting this morning on the southwest coastal footpath. We're still on Badger Farm on our way to the train station. It's 6:53, beautiful morning, the weather looks fantastic. I'm using a new camera now, really excited. So we're on Bournemouth Beach now, we've reached the coast. Behind me is Bournemouth Pier, as you can see over there. There's a little crazy golf course just down here beneath me. And over there in the distance, I don't know if you can see, but that over there is the Isle of Purbeck. There's Old Harry's Rocks over there. That's where we're hoping to get to later on in the day. I don't know how much progress we're going to make. We're going to take it easy.
They're talking now that this is getting this bit here, and we've got a beach hut along there.
Yeah.
And we're at the moment we can last for another 12 years, probably.
Really?
Yeah. And then of course you look out there, see the. But no, it's really
Right, yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
It's a bit horrifying.
It is, isn't it?
It's a bit horrifying.
You've got a great view of any Germans coming in here. Excellent view.
Wow.
To bomb the enemy. We're approaching Old Harry's Rocks, and I thought, as it's the southwest coastal path, it's going to be very quiet, minimal human presence. But I look up ahead, and there are hordes and hordes of people. Wow. I suppose with all this lockdown, people need to go somewhere, so it's a great place to go out on. Now we're here at Old Harry's Rocks. It's this piece of land that sticks out into the sea, and over there you can see some bits of land that haven't been eroded by the sea. They're sticking out and they're called stacks. They used to be connected, a little bit like Durdle Door, by an arch to the mainland over there. So we've just had a dip in the sea. Dulce has found a nice campsite. We've organised the night just here in Swanage. So we're going to put our heads down here. Just been for a swim in the sea. And just before I got on the sea, I took off my bandana. And it turns out, well, I don't know how well this will be seen in the camera, but I was unaware. It just, the contrast in my face between the lower hemisphere. It looks like I got a little bit sunburnt today. Alright, this is what happens when you wear these. They're good. I just couldn't anticipate something on a scale like this. It'll go. This too shall pass. There's some internet political party. Vote Andy Kirkwood. Movement for Active Democracy Reading East for Internet-based Direct Democracy Now. Here he is. I think that's him. What's he got in his hands? He's got an upside down pyramid.
So the pyramid here, we've all seen it, it's on the back of a dollar bill. It's a Masonic symbol, a pyramid with an eye at the top of it. It's also the same symbol for MI5, so this isn't an American thing, this is a worldwide boys club. The government are here, but this is the trick. It doesn't matter whether you go blue, red, doesn't matter, because these people remain the same. If you have direct democracy, the reason it's in the crystal ball is because this is my vision of the future, and when this happens, everything will change.
Andy, thank you.
My pleasure. Movement for Active Democracy.
So that was an interesting encounter with Andy Kirkwood. By the way, this was not meant to be a political video at all. It was just something that happened completely unplanned. This is day 2 now. We've just left the campsite. The time is 11:06. It's quite late, a lot later than we were hoping to leave. We've got food to last us for the day. We've got everything we need on our backs to wild camp. Everything we need to wash with, drink, clothing, all that's sorted. So we're walking through the remains of an old quarry that has been used for hundreds and hundreds of years. Some of it's been turned into a nature reserve. You can see over here Purbeck limestone, which I believe has been used for hundreds of years in cathedrals, very important buildings just in the UK, and even shipped abroad. Further along the coast there's a small town called Beer, a lovely place, and you can see the marks the Romans left where they started, and as you go further down you can see this enormous area that's been hollowed out. It's like entering an underground cathedral. But it just goes to show the geology of the south coast is so diverse with so many different types of rocks. We're still walking, but we're running low on water. We have some, but I don't know how long it's going to last us. And we've just asked a lady who's sped to walk past us if there's any taps. And there doesn't seem to be anything for the next few miles, definitely. Great times. Dulce, how are you?
Alright.
Just behind me is St Aldham's Chapel. It's one of the oldest churches in the country, and it's positioned in such a place where you can see the Isle of Wight in the east and you can see the Isle of Portland in the west. And it's one of the oldest chapels in the country, and it's dedicated to St Aldham, one of the 7th century bishops of Sherborne. He used to sing his sermons, it's said of him, in order to attract a congregation. Well, it must have worked because he's still remembered to this day. So we're still on the road to Kimmeridge. That's about 4 miles from here. Progress has been slow today. On the map, I've got to say, it doesn't look like we've covered a lot of ground, but actually it's all been up and down, up and down, up and down. And these past few miles have been very hilly. I said previously we were running out of water, and that situation was getting worse and worse, but we just stopped through this very small village, and I knocked on someone's door, and she allowed me to refill all our bottles from the one next to her garage, so that's just marvellous. You really start to appreciate things like water when they're isn't quite a lot of it around.
We don't even care about food right now, we just care about water.
Yeah. I'm going to be quite peckish, I know it. That's just down there. Wonderful scenery, though it's not straight at all. Oh. This is the steps we're climbing up. This doesn't end, relentless. Up and down, up and down.